What's good with y'all boys? Ebandz back with another video, and today I have episode 1 of Myteam Academy. Y'all liked the series last year, so I decided to go ahead and bring the series back. I had the game for about 3 days, so now I've been able to play the game, test out a bunch of different settings, and now I have the best settings for the best situations. So I'm going to give those to y'all so y'all can go ahead and have more success and have more fun within the game mode. Also, if y'all don't know, I will be dropping my ebook just like last year, Elevate Your Game. That'll be on Patreon, so I will be dropping that in the next couple of days. Me and Nike, another Myteam player, are making the ebook another year. We're gonna make it even better. We have added more tiers and we have more coaching sessions involved inside the tiers, so it's not just an individual coaching session. You can actually get coaching sessions within tiers. I'll have that out for y'all here in the next couple of days. I'm still trying to gather more information, so I have all the information correct for you all. If y'all have any questions about the settings, go ahead and ask me down below in the comment section, and I'll answer as soon as possible with the most detailed explanation that I can give you all. So with that being said, get into the all right, so now that we are here in the settings, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the settings that I have right here. Like I said, I played like over 100 games, and I'm like 100 something and one. Lost one game within the past 3 days, so the settings have been working, and I have been figuring out what the best settings are. These are the settings that I start off like base. Whenever I play anybody, I go moderate on ball, moderate off ball. On the on ball screens, I go under, catch hedge, stay attached is on always, then automatic, manual, no pre-rotate, switch auto, no help on the screen, no help on the drive, no help on the cuts, and then I have extend pressure on automatic. Now the reason why I have on moderate is so I can switch better. The glitch from last year where if you're bumping somebody and you try to hold A, if y'all do not know, you can X switch. You can make sure you switch your matchups by holding A on Xbox or X on PlayStation. But if you are in a bump animation and you try to hold A or you try to hold X, it'll glitch, it won't switch. So with that being said, you need to be on moderate off ball, moderate on ball if you want to switch a lot on defense. Now the on ball screens, I know last year, y'all know I always had it on go over, but for this year, for right now, the slips and the paint defense are so bad you have to have it on go under. I think mashing and paint defense is just, it's too overpowered. So the reason why you want to have this is because once you switch, if you go on go under, when you switch, they'll automatically be under the slip way better than they will be if they're on go over. Because if they're on go over, once they hit the screen, they'll be in a go over animation, and then the person that set the screen will go ahead and slip, and they'll already have like leverage on your defender. But if you're in go under, once they hit the screen, they'll be in a go under animation and already be under the slip and already start bumping them once he starts cutting. So I think right now go under is probably the best. This will give up more threes, but I think right now you can worry about guarding the threes yourself and just making sure the slip is guarded. Because if you play someone that isn't that good, but they just keep throwing the slip and dunking and keep scoring on you, then it's going to be really put you at a disadvantage when you really are better than that person, but they just keep dunking on you. So I think a go under is probably the best setting for you to use right now in order to stop slips. They still will get open sometimes just because they're so OP right now, but this will give you better success with stopping the rim in the slips. Now when it comes to hedges, I have it on catch hedge, and catch hedge just like last year. It's the same thing. This puts your defender in a drop situation every time pretty much, but stay attached is on, so your hedge does have less effect, and you do really hedge yourself pretty much. That's why stay attached is on, but it does let you go ahead and strafe the pick and roll better than hard hedge or soft hedge or no hedge. So I have catch hedge on for my main settings that are. Then on off ball screens, I have it on automatic, post, automatic, double team. I do not want them automatically double teaming, so this is on manual. Double teaming a post, like I said, do not want them automatically doing nothing. This is on manual. Switch rules off the ball, I have it on switch auto. This is for like if someone's running plays like a stagger screen or whatever. I have it on switch autos, but mainly I just go over there, I click off ball, and then I just guard it myself. But if you do want them to guard it for themselves, then you could put this on switch all. If you only want the bigs to switch bigs. If you only want guards, switch guards. It's pretty self-explanatory, but right now I have it on switch auto. Now when it comes to help, I have all the help off. They help a lot in this game, so I think this is a necessity to have the drive help off. Even if it's off, they'll still help sometimes. So if you have an automatic, they're gonna like help over, they're gonna overly help, and it's just gonna mess your defense up. So if you want to play defense and you know how to X switch, then you definitely should have this on no help. You will have to rotate and pinch and swing yourself, but that's what comes with running these settings. These are like the comp defensive settings. Like if anybody knows, like if you know how to swing, you know how to switch, you know how to rotate, like you know how to play defense for yourself, these are the best settings that I think that you're gonna have the most success with. Now I'm gonna get into other settings. If you want to cut off the three and you're okay with giving up the slip, then I would go on ball pressure, I would go tight. Off ball pressure, I would keep it on moderate. But if you really don't want to give up the catch and dip, like, because the no catch, the catch and no dip is really overpowered. A lot of people haven't mastered it yet, but when people do, you might have to run tight, just because you can just pass it and shoot with some players because their jumpers are that fast. But so if you really want to cut off all the threes, you can go tight, but I would still go tight moderate. But like I said, if you want to, just for the sake of the principle of trying to cut off threes, I'll say if you want to cut off threes, go tight, and then on ball you go over. This is so you don't give up any threes. They don't run you into the screen, let you go over and shoot in your face. You have it on go over, so your player can already be in a fight over animation, right? This is for if you don't want to switch as much. By the way, if you want to switch a lot, you should 100% use the first settings that I went over. Then so you have this on go over, you have this on go over. Make sure these are the same, because if you don't, it'll just start doing random stuff. You need to have these both the same. Then hedge, once again, you want to put on catch hedge. Stay attached, you want to have this on always, once again, because if you don't, your defense will do random stuff. They'll randomly drop, randomly switch. Like, you just want to limit all the random stuff as much as you can. So you want to put this on stay attached on always. Double team, same principles as last time. Manual. You don't nobody just randomly double teaming. Switch off the ball, same thing as last time. All these are the exact same as the last preset settings, but the only difference is you're going to go tight and go over. This is if you want to cut off the threes. So like this is more aggressive defense. The last defense is more conservative and more catered toward the players who want to X switch and like rotate a lot and move a lot on defense. This is more so if you want to stay on ball a lot of the time, get over, pinch a little bit, you know what I mean? But like I said, this off ball pressure, y'all gonna have to find your preference. I prefer moderate, but some people will prefer tight. It's just up to you and what you're okay with giving up. Next settings I'm gonna show y'all is the switch all settings. Now this does create a lot of mismatches, so you probably will have to switch out on opposite sides. I can give y'all a workaround to where it will not switch if you have your big man, if their big man set in the screen and it's your guard, they won't switch. It'll still be regular. It'll be like these settings. You just go over, you just play it yourself if this big man sets the screen, if you don't want like a mismatch to be created, right? But so for the switch all settings, you're gonna go smother, you're gonna go tight, then you're gonna go to switch. Now on here, on your stay attached, you're gonna make sure this is on automatic. Has to be on automatic. Now this doesn't really matter as much, but you can, because you already have it on switch, so they're not gonna hedge regardless. They're just switching. But this doesn't matter. You can put this on anything and it's gonna be the same exact thing, right? As long as your stay attached is on. You have to remember, if you're running switch all, your stay attached must be on automatic. If it's not, they're not gonna switch. You're not gonna know what's happening. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm on switch, but they're not switching. It's because your stay attached is on. Your stay attached must be off. Now, when you run switch all, if you want your defense to play crazy and low key like swing off the weak side and guard the slip sometimes for you, you can put cutter help on automatic. Now do this with knowing that there's a risk that your corner can drop in the corner, and then the corner man can be wide open for a three. But this is a little more aggressive because you never know, your AI could just bait the other person you're playing, and then you get a steal, now you get a break. I mean, if you want that to happen, you can turn it on, but if for the base settings, you can put cutter help on no help. But these are the switch all settings that I'll run. Now the workaround to where you don't switch on your center is when the game starts, you go into the defensive settings, you go into the individuals, you go to their big man, say their big man is Wimby. You press RB in the game, you press RB, you go to where Wimby is, you go down to where it says stay attached on him, and you put it on always. Once you do this, your point guard or whoever Wimby sets the screen on will not switch. Everybody else, the other 4 players, are all still in switch all, but Wimby, their big man, they won't switch. They'll stay and they'll be able to get through the screen, and you have to play regular defense. So that's the best way to work around the mismatches being created or whatever. But if you know what you're doing in the switch all, you can keep this on automatic for all 5, and as soon as your point guard gets switched onto the big man, you can go ahead and switch him out with another player, like probably the power forward. You switch him out, and then you just have, because the big man will be in the paint, so you'll move the power forward and switch the point guard out of the paint and put the power forward in the paint. I'm gonna have another Myteam Academy come out that kind of shows y'all like the principles of defense, more like me actually showing you gameplay rather than just defensive settings. But for right now, I'm just showing y'all the defensive settings that I've had most success with, because I've been winning all my games pretty much, and it's just because I've been able to play defense and get the extra little stops. And offense also is really overpowered right now, so if you do know how to get some stops, it's definitely going to increase your skill gap. Now these last settings is if you do not know how to play defense for real, you just want the CPU to pretty much do everything for you, right? So you want to put it on smother, you want to do this so it automatically bumps. And your off ball pressure, if you're doing this, you want to put it on moderate. You want to do this just so you can kind of have people already in the gaps a little bit, just because you're going to have the CPU doing everything for you, so you're not going to really be doing much. Now on ball screen, you're going to want to put this on go over. This is so you limit threes and the AI is already on smother, so they'll just automatically try to get through the screen. It just makes it way easier. If you're in smother, you want to be on go over. If you're in like moderate or they're sagged off, you want to be on go under most of the time. In your stay attached, this is the most important part of this preset setting. Once again, this is for people who do not really know how to play defense and are just completely confused and want the CPU to do everything. This is not really that good of defense, but it's better than you just being out there being confused. Like, the CPU will do stuff for you. Your stay attached needs to be on automatic. Both of your hedges need to be on automatic. This just works best because they'll just hedge automatically for you. You don't really have to do much. You can sit in the corner, you can kind of just watch everything and just play the back end and figure stuff out. Like, this is kind of the best defense for situations like that, you know what I mean? And then for drive help and screen help, you can have this on automatic, but they will help a lot and you will have to swing yourself. So that's gonna be a preference thing. If you want them to help by themselves and you kind of rotate yourself, you can do that. But I would really suggest you just have no help, honestly, because maybe cutter help. Maybe you can put cutter help on when you run stuff like this, because they will help a little extra. But like I said, it's all preference on how much you want them. So those are the preset settings that I found that should be the best success for you and your personal way that you want to play defense, because all defense is about is really what you want to allow to be open and what you want to take away. Because it's basketball, you can't guard everything. Something's always going to be open because everything about basketball is a read. Something's open, you know what I mean? If you step high, the slip is open. If you play low, the three is open. But you have to be able to find a medium, make the other player make a read. That's all what basketball is about. Another tip is, if once you switch, if you want to have your team communication pop up, you need to go ahead and go over here where it says team communication and put it on defense only. This is for when you switch and you hold X or you hold A, it'll pop up switch above their head, so you know that person is switching. You're not confused like, oh, I pressed it, but is he gonna switch? This is so you know. This is not gonna make your switches better or anything. Like, this is all just for like mentally for you, so you can play better defense. I find it helpful. Other people don't like it, so it's all up to you what you want to do. A lot of this is personal preference, but I'm just trying to give y'all the tutorial so y'all can see what y'all want to do defensively. So with that being said, those are defensive settings. If y'all like the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. If y'all have any questions, let me know down in the description. There'll be more My Team Academy videos coming soon. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see and I'll get them out for y'all. Once again, the ebook is dropping in a couple of days, so if y'all really want to take y'all's game to the next level, make sure y'all stay tuned for the timeline. I'm going to be posted on Twitter, going to have it in my streams, going to post it on YouTube as well, so y'all definitely will see it. So if y'all want to tap into the Patreon, make sure y'all go over there and tap into Elevate Your Game and get better. That being said, that's it for the video. I'll see y'all boys in the next one.